Man, I think we've been riding for about 3 days.
These horses are taking forever.
What do you think we should do?
I think we should get a car.
Car right there.
Well, let's get it.
Hey man, isn't this way better than riding a horse?
This is awesome, man. We're cruising now.
Getting there way quicker.
How do you make one of these motorized Lego cars?
Well, the other day I was watching the tube and I saw this commercial about Colombia. They're having this Lego motorized vehicle camp. I think that's probably how these people built this.
Man, how do you get into that?
Join us for Reflections Poetry Society, where we will write, critique, and hold discussion groups. No experience required except a desire to explore the written word as expression. So come on down to the Armory Sports Center to explore poetry. Parents with children from 2 to 3 years old, come join us for toddler, jazz, and ballet. Learn the very simple basics of ballet and jazz dance movements and skills in this fun class. So come on down to Stevens Lake Activity Center Tuesday, July 10th through the 24th from 6 o'clock to 6:30 p.m. And don't forget to pre-register.
Hey everyone, this is Cameron Cross of the City of Columbia's Parks and Recreation Department. I'm standing here in front of the Armory Sports Center here on the corner of 7th and Ash downtown. And this is where we do our late night teen recreation all summer long for the teens of Columbia. And this is a free program every Friday and Saturday starting June the 8th, going all the way through August the 11th. Well, this is the gymnasium where all the action will mostly take place for the late night rec program with the teens this summer. This is the gymnasium inside the Armory Sports Center on the corner of 7th and Ash downtown. There'll be a lot of pickup basketball going on mostly, and if there's an interest for volleyball, we could do that here as well. And we're every Friday and Saturday, 7 o'clock till 11 o'clock p.m. Once again, the ages are for teenagers, so we're looking at 12 to 17 years old. So we're already available to the youth during the day for drop-in, just as an alternative to being somewhere out and about and definitely beating the heat. There's no registration required, so just show up, sign in, and have a good time.
Flat Branch Park Spray Ground. With unguarded outdoor water feature spray grounds, plaza with interactive water fountains, geysers, and jets shooting from the ground. This is free to the public.
Little swimmers, come enjoy the play structure, zero depth area and lazy river of the Ark Water Zone during a time specifically reserved for little ones and the adult playmate. Children must be accompanied by an adult 16 years or older. This event is held on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. from June 4th to August 17th.
Hi, I'm Tony Lowry with Parks and Recreation, and I'm here to talk about the Maplewood Barn and Nifong Park. It's the only historic park in the system. It consists of the Maplewood home, and the original buildings, which the barn was one of the original buildings. The Boone County Historic Society also has their facilities here, and they're also putting together an historic village on the far south side of the park. There's also a fishing lake, and there are some short trails through the woods. As everyone probably knows, a couple of years ago, the Maplewood barn burned in a fire. Never really determined what happened, but it was a total loss. Shortly after the fire, Parks and Recreation and the community theater got together and decided that we were going to rebuild the barn. We met with the public. We came up with a couple of design options. Studio 4 designed those two options. But what we came out of with the public meetings was that the public really wanted to see something that looked like the original barn, that they didn't want like a theater, they wanted something that resembled the barn. So taking that forward, we got support from Connell Architecture, Timberlake Engineering, and Crockett Engineering to come up with a site plan, come up with the actual architectural drawings for the barn, and the mechanical, HVAC, plumbing, that kind of thing for inside the barn. And I want to mention that Studio 4, Connell Architecture, Timberlake, and Crockett Engineering, they did all this work pro bono. They didn't charge us a dime. So I think without that, we would have never had this facility. I mean, there's been a really long history and association with the theater group and Parks and Recreation, and it's worked well. I mean, years and years and years ago, this was kind of in the middle of nowhere, Columbia. There was nothing really out here. Got people out here, still brings people out to the park where they can kind of see the rest of the grounds, because a lot of people don't even know what this park is all about. So anything we can do to get kind of people interested and out here is a good thing for the park as a whole. Luckily, there was already funding scheduled for this park. We were going to do some rehab of the home, and we were going to do some work to the barn and the other buildings. That was already kind of in the works when the fire happened. So obviously, that when we decided we were going to rebuild the barn, that drastically changed how we were going to spend the money. But we had that money, and that was $200,000 scheduled for rehabilitation and general maintenance of the park. We also got some insurance money from the park, which was $145,000. And in the theater group, they raised a substantial amount of money themselves. It was all donations from the community. They raised $60,000 just by themselves. And as I understand it, they are still writing grants and soliciting donations for more amenities in the barn. I'm sure they'd love to have anybody and everybody out for the performances.
Don't miss the boat and join us for these fishing trips. They last till September and they're only on the 4th Wednesday of the month at 9 a.m. Fishing poles and transportation will be provided, but participants must provide his or her own bait and lunch. For more information, please call 573-874-7473. Get in shape with Deep Water Aerobics. This low-impact workout is designed to strengthen and tone all muscle groups with a maximum aerobic effort. Instructors will use resistant equipment during the class to challenge participants. The event is held at Albert Oakland Family Aquatic Center, Mondays and Wednesdays, July 9th through the 25th.
We're at L.A. Nickel Golf Course today at the driving range, and we're going to kind of show you some improvements that have been made and talk about some upcoming improvements that we're going to do later this summer. We've just opened up a new zoysia grass tee hitting area that will allow you to now practice off of real turf. After that, we're going to remove the current concrete hitting area and rebuild another zoysia tee to double the capacity for grass teeing area. We're going to relocate the mats to the back side of the tee, so days that it's too wet or in the off season when the zoysia is dormant, that you'll be able to hit off of mats so that we can keep the driving range open year-round, weather permitting. We've also added a target green at about 100 yards to give you something to aim at, to give you the feel of really playing on the golf course, to give you some good chance to practice your wedge game. In the fall, we're going to add additional target greens to give you the option to hit at 150 and 175 yards. Once those are all installed and all the improvements have been made, we'll have yardages marked on the grass tee areas so that you'll know exact yardages. We'd like to see you come out and use the driving range. We use brand new Pinnacle range balls. Our prices for a small bucket of balls is $3, a medium bucket is $5, and a large basket is $8. Those can be purchased anytime after 7 a.m. The driving range closes 30 minutes prior to dusk. A great reason to come out and use the driving range at LA Nickel is to prepare for our upcoming golf tournaments. Our first one will be a senior two-person scramble at LA Nickel Golf Course on June the 19th. Cost on that will be $50 per team. That includes the cart rental. We also have an event on June the 22nd at LA Nickel. It will be our first Whiff and Giggle of the summer. It is a 5 p.m. shotgun start. That is a one-man, one-woman, two-person scramble. The cost on that is $60 per team, and that includes the cart rental. Our next Whiff and Giggle will be August the 3rd at Lake of the Woods Golf Course. That will also be a 5 p.m. shotgun start with a cost of $60 per team. Our final event in August will be August 21st. We'll have another two-person senior scramble. That will be $50 per team. That is a 9:30 shotgun start held at Lake of the Woods Golf Course. We look forward to seeing you out at one of our events. To pick up a flyer, you may do so at gocolumbiamo.com or at either golf course.